What's up, guys? We are talking 70 kilograms at the World Team Trials, and Team USA gonna have a new rep at 70 kg for the first time since James Green took over.
2015, only the third rep at 70 kilos ever since the weight came into existence. It's gonna be something pretty good, I think.
Yeah, this weight is filled with some really tough guys who can go to Worlds and medals. So we're gonna look at the bracket. We're gonna walk through quarterfinals on, kind of talk about each matchup and make our pick. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, so starting at the top, number 1 seed, US Open champ, Alex Pantaleo, gonna take on number 8 seed, Tyler Berger. What do you think about this match?
Tyler Berger is, I don't know why he gets overlooked a little bit because he's really, really good. He has more power than a guy that you would expect to, that's as tall and as rangy as him.
Yeah.
He's really tough. Pantaleo, probably the favorite. He's been wrestling really well. He's the 1 seed for a reason. He won the US Open. Pretty much all these guys were here. Most of these guys, Deakin wasn't, but most of them were. Zain wasn't either, I guess. But Pantaleo's earned that 1 seed. I think he's the favorite, but that match is gonna be really good.
Yeah, what we'll see here is that really the heat is on the top side. And with this matchup, Berger has wins over Pantaleo at the number 1 seed and Deakin in the number 2 seed. And he's caught down at the 8 seed. It's like really, really wild. So Berger is a guy who could really just blow up this bracket right off the bat from the quarterfinals. But we'll keep it rolling. Number 4 seed Zain Rutherford against number 5 seed, who was really like the surprise of the US Open, Doug Zaff. Zaff had wins over Sammy Sasso, Anthony Ashnault, who's the 9 seed, right?
Yeah.
Also on the top side. So I'm interested to see how Zaff does against someone like Zain Rutherford, who can kind of match hand fighting and match his positioning.
Yeah, you know, Doug Zaff, very much the surprise of that US Open. Until you realize part of that Pennsylvania RTC, that whole team had an incredible performance, and something's going on there. Obviously, many good things, but Zaff, he's going to be more of a challenge to Zain than a lot of people expect. I still think he's got his hands a little too full with Zain Rutherford in this one. Zain just consistent performer at freestyle, folk style, doesn't matter. So you're going to win a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Agree with you. Absolutely. Rutherford's a big favorite there.
Bottom side of the bracket, you got your 3 seed Jordan Oliver. He's got 6 seed Michael Blockus in that quarterfinal. Blockus, very solid guy, but Jordan Oliver is just a staple on U.S. national teams. I mean, he's in that top 3 year after year after year, and so I think Jordan Oliver, pretty big favorite. What do you think? Yeah,
for sure. Blockus is a guy who hit a good U.S. Open, and so it's like really good to see him, at the 6 seed wrestling here. But I mean, Jo, he's been in the top 3. It feels like 10 years, right? It's like he's just always top 3. And talking to him a little bit at the Open, seemed like he's still like figuring things out up in weight, and so I think we're going to see an even better, like more offensive Jo here, and I think he'll kind of take care of business against Blockus in the quarters.
Last quarterfinal, 2 seed Ryan Deakin. He's got the 7 seed Sammy Sasso. And this is kind of an NCAA dream matchup. You've got a guy who's been a stalwart at 57, Ryan Deakin, NCAA champ this year. Sammy Sasso, NCAA finalist last year at 149, and a matchup that not a lot of people would have maybe expected we get to see. We're going to see it most likely in the quarterfinals here. Sasso, great reputation, really, really good, but Deakin in freestyle is just a complete beast. I mean, the guy is a junior world finalist. He's got a silver medal, and I think Deakin is the favorite, but man, Sasso's scrambling ability, the threat that he presents with the cradle, Deakin's gonna have to make sure that he's on his A game.
Yeah, and we've seen Deakin really over the last year. I mean, he wins his NCAA title, but even before that, he made the finals of World Team Trials last year. He was like this close to beating James Green in 2 straight matches, and so he's been the second best guy at 70 kg over the last 2-3 years. He's win over James Green, has win over Pantaleo. So I look at Ryan Deakin, big favorite to kind of, especially against Sasso, but also to make it through to Final X.
If these seeds hold, which it feels like they probably will, then we're going to end up with Pantaleo, Zain Rutherford on the top side, and Pantaleo the 1 seed. But if there is a thorn in his side in this bracket, it's one guy, it's Zain Rutherford.
Yeah, they did him no favors with the 1 seed here. It's like he has Berger, who has a win over him, and then Rutherford, who he just was a nightmare against him in college, and He had a really close freestyle match, but he's never beaten Zain. He's never been able to get over that hump, and so I'm really interested to see if he's able to do it at the World Team Trials.
Bottom side semifinal would be Deakin Jo, and if Jordan Oliver is still trying to put together the feel for how to wrestle up at 70 kilos, Ryan Deakin is not the guy that you want to be up against because he's about the biggest 70 kilo on the planet. That's, I think, a tough match for Jordan Oliver. However, Jordan Oliver can score points in a hurry. He has incredible attacks when he can get to them. This is a really interesting matchup. I'm really excited to see it. I can't wait. I don't know if Jo is going to be able to handle the size and then also kind of like the length that Deakin kind of presents him. So I am really hesitant in picking Oliver in that matchup. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and make a pick right now. I got Deakin. I got Deakin coming out of the bottom side. I think he's going to make it to Final X. I think he's my pick to make the World Team, but we're not doing that yet. And then top side, I still think it's going to be Zain Rutherford. I think he's just a little bit better than Pantaleo. He's like the perfect match for Pantaleo's strengths with his hard hand fighting and how he's able to hold position and doesn't really make too many mistakes. And so I'm going with Zain Rutherford on the top side against Ryan Deakin. Final X, that's the matchup I'm picking. All right, I agree with you on the bottom side of the bracket. I think we're gonna see Ryan Deakin come out of there. I think he just is a little too big and strong, and he has just such a massive frame, that long reach against Jo. I think he gets it done. Top side of the bracket, though, I think it's Pantaleo's time.
All right.
I think it's Pantaleo's time.
All right.
I don't know why. History is not on my side. It hasn't gone his way against Zain in the past, but I think he gets it done this time. And then Final X, it's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
Yep, Final X is gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see it unfold. You can watch it all on FloWrestling.org. Catch you later.